Facebook Marketplace got me again. This week I've got a video of myself picking up a set of pipes for this bike. At the end of the video is the before and after. I'm purposely sitting in front of the pipe, so you have to watch the video or at least click through it. Welcome back. It is Saturday morning right now, and I'm on my way for another Facebook Marketplace adventure. I've been perusing for a set of slip-ons for the Street Glide, but I didn't really want to buy anything brand new. Anyway, this guy, he's got a set of pipes that he bought from the dealership that weren't loud enough for him, and I figure, you know what, I'll try something a little bit cheaper before I commit to spending over $1,000 on something. Anyway, I got my road snacks, I got my water bottle, and yeah, I'm just driving 2 hours away from home to go meet up with a guy from Facebook Marketplace, and hopefully everything goes well. That was probably one of the easiest transactions that I've ever had on Facebook Marketplace. I showed up early, the other fellow, he showed up early. He had the pipes in the original box and everything. They're in pretty good condition. No dents or gouges or nothing, so I gave him his asking price and shook hands. That was it. Now I'm on my way home. I'll pick this back up, I don't know, maybe in the garage or something. Probably throw in a couple clips of driving down the highway here, or I don't know. That's the world's largest pierogi. I just got home with the exhaust here. Before I pop the box open, I think I'm gonna clear off my workbench there, and then I'll pop the box open, show you. And once I'm done with that, I am going to fire this thing up, take it off the hoist so that I can fire this thing up and put it on the hoist. Anyway, I'm gonna get cleaning now. So these are Screamin Eagle something. I can't remember what they're called. These pipes should be a little bit louder than the stock ones. I'm hoping that I can undo these fasteners and flip that tip around because I don't really like the back slash. I'd rather it be more of a forward slash. But it looks like the installation of this is going to be pretty straightforward. Just 2 bolts and a muffler clamp. And they should slide off and on pretty easily. The guy that I bought these from, he said that he only used them for about 3,000 kilometers and that they weren't loud enough for him. And, you know, I'm not really looking for anything that's going to be obnoxious like my Sportster. I just want it a little bit louder. And from what I've been reading on Reddit, it seems like these are going to be about 10 to 15% louder than the stock pipes, which is right around the zone that I want to be in. It looks like I can drill out this baffle too if I want. I'm gonna have to switch over these like little clip-on fasteners to the other holes. I'm wearing one of my nice sweaters and my wife will kill me if I destroy it. Let's get this back on. What I'm doing here is I'm just using this tool to kind of push those fasteners where they need to be. These definitely need to go wiped down. Pretty gross looking. I have no idea what the torque spec is for this, but I'm gonna try to give it maybe 1. I do not want the tips flying off on the highway. All right. I think that looks much better. So this right here is before, where it goes like that. And then here's after, where the shorter part's at the bottom towards the road. All right, I'm happy with that. I'm not going to make you watch the other side. All right, I got these slip-ons cleaned up, and I swapped the end cap, like I said before. They're obviously not perfect or like brand new condition, but they're pretty close. Anyway, I've got to move I've got to move both bikes around now if I want to get the Street Glide on the left. So I'm going to have to pull the Sportster out, and then I'll be able to pull the Street Glide down and then back up onto the hoist. So that's what I'm going to do now. 6,000 point turn. Pretty cool bikes, I think. A little cold-blooded. the street glide out and then back up on the ramp here. I'll get that ready, and I guess I'll be doing a before clip of the exhaust note. This thing sounds wicked. As you can see, getting the Sportster off and on the left, a lot easier than getting the Street Glide off and on. Maybe if I was a little bit taller, my legs were a little bit longer, but I'm dealing with the cards that were dealt with me at birth. So where this bike's got the amp mounted in here, there's a little cover right here that I had to pull off, and it looks like just 2 connectors here to undo the wiring for that, because the bag is going to need to come off in order to do the mufflers. Okay, I just got off the phone with my dad, and he told me that I am totally out to lunch with how I thought I was going to have to disconnect the amp. Apparently I just unscrew these right here, and then the bag itself will kind of flop over, and there's just going to be a couple connectors right there that I just undo. Yeah, this system's a lot different than what the Ultra was. Yep. I'm going to close this bag top. That way the lid's not flopping around on me. There's 3 connectors here. There's that one, and this one. Lift that off. Perfect. Now I just need to get the other side off. That should be pretty straightforward now that I know what I'm doing. There we go. Well, I think there's just the 2 bolts there and right there, and then those should just slide out. I bought this hoist so I can do everything at chest height, so I'm just going to pull my airline over here and I'll get this up so it's a little bit easier for me to work on. Just do a quick walk around, make sure when I crank this thing up it's not going to bump into anything. I think I'm good. Going up. I think that'll be high enough. Incredible. All right, so to get this muffler off, I've got 2 half-inch bolts here, and I believe this is a 9/16 here. So once I loosen that off, it should just pull out. Keyword being should. I'm also thinking I might start this thing up without any mufflers on it just to see how it sounds. You can definitely tell these have been on there for a while. It's coming ever so slowly. I'm sure this would have been a lot easier if I sprayed a little bit of WD-40 on them, but I didn't. Oh, come on, baby. Sure don't like watching this bike rattle around on top of the hoist. That's it. There we go. Here's one pipe off. Time for the next one. I'm not going to make you watch that since I pulled both the pipes off. Is I'm going to start it up and I'm going to listen to it without any exhaust on it. Why not? When's the next time I have this opportunity? So I'm going to drop it down, make sure it's in neutral, and fire it up. Maybe let it run for maybe 20 seconds. Maybe. Yeah, that's pretty loud. Yeah, that is unnecessarily loud. I hope that the new pipes aren't that loud. Maybe about like a third as loud. That would be good. All right, I already got the other side on, so I didn't want to kind of bumble through if I screwed anything up and not show the correct way of doing things. Anyway, I just need to toss the pipe on this side and then she's good to go. I don't know how much I love the flat black on chrome, but either it'll grow on me or I'll hate it and get rid of it. Okay, I'll just show you what this looks like before I start it up. So there's the new Screamin Eagle pipes. There's the factory ones. The sun is shining in like crazy, so I've got a lot of glare on everything. So this is going to be my first startup with the new to me pipes. All right, let's see how she sounds. Okay, that is pretty much exactly how I wanted that to go. So they're not raspy, they're not too loud, they're a little bit deeper, the tone is nice. So now I'm going to throw the bags back on and take this for a test ride down the street. All right, I got to get this thing off the lift. Kickstand up. This is so much easier on the Sportster. If only I was maybe like 2 or 3 inches taller. I can get that bike turned around in here too. Here's the first world problem. My garage isn't big enough. I'm doing the Austin Powers 600 point turn here. I'm not married to the black on chrome, but I don't think it looks terrible. Let me get this thing outside. Yep, I like that. Well, I'm very happy with how everything turned out here. I'm quite pleased with the sound of the new pipes on the bike. I know the camera, this little microphone here didn't necessarily do it justice, but I would say that it's a little bit more of a lower, deeper tone. It's not raspy, it's just nice, smooth, and a little bit louder. It's part of the Harley tax. Anyway, if you watch the whole video or you click through to the end for the before and after clip, I appreciate the viewership, and I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully it's motorcycles again. Take care.